Greetings here from the HK shooting team, and 2022 is right around the corner. I'm out on the range today with something I'm going to be putting in play a little bit more in 2022. It's nice and quiet out here today because it's Christmas Eve, so I figure it's a good day to get this thing set up with nobody on the range. And how about we open this bag up and I show you what's coming out to put some butt whippings in place in 2022. Let's take a look. All right, so we've got the bag here on the table, and pop it open, see what's in here for 2022. All right, well, you probably have an idea what this is already without a whole lot of explanation. If you saw last year, you saw that, I had the PDW, but I really hadn't put it into too much play. And today, I'm going to make some tweaks to how I had it set up and get it completely set up for some IDPA and USPSA fast-paced action. But before we go through some things, how about I just kind of talk you through some of the basics on the setup here. The PDWs, like the SP5, come with the threaded 3-lug barrel. Of course, this SP5K PDW is patterned after or made to be like the MP5K-N or Navy, which had the threaded 3-lug barrel. Difference being that the HK German MP5K Navies were half by 32 and not half by 28. So of course half by 28 is a popular thread pitch for US suppressors or just the secondary suppressor market, so it's a much easier platform with half by 28 on this gun to adapt to a lot of different suppressor options. Outside that, on this one, of course, got a vertical foregrip, got an SEF clipped and pinned trigger pack. That's a different edition. That's not the one that comes with it, which is the Ambi. This one has the B&T folding stock on it currently. I also am going to use the choke for HK, the original HK stock that was designed for the MP5K Navies. I just don't have that on there today. You'll notice I've also changed the rear sight from the Castle. The Navy guns, as they could be ordered from HK, could be ordered with the drum Castle sight, or the drum, I should say, in place of the Castle sight as just a feature you could add if you didn't want it. So it's kind of whatever you want. I want the drum sight on this one. I'm going to zero the drum sight at 25 yards, and I'm going to mount a red dot here today, and I'm going to zero that at 25 yards as well. So in terms of shootability, fast-paced shooting, everything else, it's my opinion, and your mileage may vary, but in my opinion, I think it's easier for me to run the full-size SP5 faster, but I'm going to put that to test and do some things this year with this gun and just have some fun. So what we'll do is we'll get this thing zeroed, and we'll take a look at some more about this gun, so stand by. Okay, iron sight is zeroed. Of course, I haven't shot all these pacer holes, but that from 25 yards, using the small peep sight, I'm going to leave that 100% alone. And what I like to do on the sight blade is zero that peep sight on the smallest diopter. And then what I like to do is have it basically where the round impacts right behind the tip of the front blade. So it's pretty much, when I put that gun up and I put that blade, wherever I put that tip is where that round is going at 25 yards. And of course, you don't have to do that much of a holdover under 25 yards. So let's go slap the red dot on and zero that now. Okay, that didn't take but just a few rounds to get a perfect zero, and with today's ammo prices what they are, that's awful helpful to have a fine German engineered awesome shooting machine that is very easy to zero very, very quickly. So done. Just need to move that rear sight a little bit to the left, and the point of impact down just slightly, and now I got it exactly where I want it. So now it's time to mount the optic. So what I've got on here is the B&T low mount that, again, you have to watch on these K versions right here. There's not a whole lot of space between the mount and the cocking handle, so you don't want to pinch your finger, so it becomes really important to use the front part of the cocking handle. There's several ways to do it. Find what's right for you. But be cognizant that if you try to do HK slap or get fast ninja and get fingers behind this cocking handle, you're going to get some bite right here. So just something to be aware of. Another reminder, in the platform you see this in with the vertical grip or the stock, obviously you're going to either need to SBR this or run it with a registered pack to have this type configuration. This configuration without SBRing the firearm or putting a registered pack on there is no bueno, so don't do it. So for the optic, what I'm going to do, a friend of mine, Kenzie Fitzpatrick, picked this up for me at Fort Benning one year when I wasn't there for the prize table, and I've had this sitting downstairs for, oh golly, I guess it's been in storage in a storage unit for forever. A couple years now. I think this was 2019, but this is the Vortex Venom. It's a 6 MOA dot that's actually really, really nice for what this platform is going to all be about, which is probably the furthest this gun's going to see shooting might be out to 50 yards in terms of IDPA or USPSA. So again, a 6 MOA dot covers 6 inches at 100 yards, which this really wouldn't be up to standards for a more precision type rifle, but for a subgun platform, a 6 MOA dot is bigger, it's faster to acquire, and you know, pinpoint precision is not absolutely needed. So we will put this on and get it zeroed, and then let's take a look, and it'll be just kind of interesting to compare maybe what that final zero group is, because sometimes using these bigger dots, you have to expand your what's an acceptable zero pattern. So let's put this on and go. So voila, like that, snap of a finger, we've got the dot mounted up. When attaching stuff like that to your firearms, I'm a big believer in putting a little bit of Loctite on there, because the last thing you want is that coming loose. So you can see that Venom comes with a nice little mounting device here for adding onto a Picatinny rail, or it fits perfectly on this B&T low mount. So again, I tightened it down. I gave it a little bit, probably a little bit quarter plus type turn. It's good and tight, not over tight, but I've also got blue Loctite. You can see a little bit of the remnants on there that, of course, that'll cure. I'll get it zeroed here, and won't require a whole lot of shooting to do it, and let it cure for 24 hours and let it set up nice, good, and tight. So let's get this sucker zero. All right, folks, so sometimes your day at the range doesn't go the way you expect. I just want to show you something. The Vortex Venom is an absolute bust. Do not buy this optic at all for your SP5, SP5K, and I'll tell you why. So if you look at this target, again, I kind of got the red dot set up from the luxury of a climate-controlled spot, and matched the dot up with the sight, kind of anticipating what I might have to tweak. But now out here on the range, after taking the elevation, I can't raise the point of impact beyond that. So if I hold that dot right there on the black spot, that black spot, you can see what's kind of happening right there. I held a little higher on these two, but what you can see is the spatial relationship there is about the same. Now, obviously, 6 MOA dot at 25 yards, not that big a deal. The problem is that Vortex Venom does not have enough elevation adjustment to run even on the lowest of low mounts available for the MP5 SP5 series. So, hate to say this, I know Vortex makes a great product, but do not buy the Venom for that gun. So we'll go put a different optic on and be back and get it zeroed with what we already know works. Okay, stand by.